Namaste, friends. Today we are going to talk about reaching a state where there is no return. What does that mean? It basically means that we cleanse ourselves to that level, we make ourselves that pure that we are agreeable for the Spirit who accepts us, who embraces us, and then we do not return back to be born again and fall into the quicksand of birth and death. Now, how does one reach that non-return state? One reaches that state only when he is not pulled by the sense lures, he is not tormented by his likes and dislikes, and he is only immersed in that Almighty Spirit. It might seem like a very simple protocol, isn't it? But honestly, it is not that simple. Even though our intellect understands that this is the path I have to walk on, but our cumulative prarabdha, a weakened willpower, makes it extremely difficult to execute this simple path. There is progress today, we go 10 steps forward, and tomorrow we go 20 steps backward. It certainly goes in this way for aspirants who have the desire for God realization but somehow are not able to muster that courage, muster that sincerity and discipline which takes to reach that state of God communion that is unbroken, that is very firm even when the world is shattered around. But does that mean that we don't have any hope? No, my dear friends, that is not so. If my cumulative prarabdha is such that the challenges that I'm incurring in life seem unsurmountable, but if the desire to gain God communion is strong, if I'm making effort sincerely with perseverance every single day and every single moment, then I have hope. I have hope of shutting myself off of all the sense lures that are around me. I also have a choice of cutting off my inclination for likes and my desire to break away from my dislikes. And if that happens, then I am certainly on the path. It might be arduous, it might be very hard, it might seem very difficult, and if I'm trying to look at the end, then it will demotivate me. But one story that I would like to illustrate here is that two forlorn travelers in a desert were completely stranded. They did not know where their path was leading to. They did not know where the end is. They both had equal resources in terms of food and water. They both had equal resources in terms of a healthy body. But one thing separated them from each other, which is that one of the travelers was lifting his head up and trying to see the horizon, trying to find the destination. And because he could not see the end, he got demotivated. He got demoralized. He lost faith in himself. He lost that drive to keep trying. And thus, he gave up. This giving up happened at the mental level. So, even though the resources were the same, one person gave up and he died on the path, while the other person kept looking at the sand below his feet and was taking one step at a time. And he tried. It was hard, but he was not looking at the end result. He was not looking at the horizon. He was only focusing on the moment and keeping at it. Every moment he was walking, he was making steady progress. He fell down several times, but then he kept his drive going. And by doing so, at the end of 3 to 4 days, he actually reached his destination. Though in tatters, he was alive and he had hope. And see how the two fellow travelers, having the equal resources, had very different journeys. So, taking a cue from this story, if we are not focusing on the end results and the effects that our daily strivings are giving us, and we stay motivated, we stay persevering, and we stay disciplined to stay away from the lures of Maya and to break free of our likes and dislikes. And I'm sure we will reach God communion, because that is the only abode that is worth persevering for and is worth trying to attain. Namaste.